Yeah.
So the latest in this saga is that The Athletic is reporting this morning that the Belgian Federation has formally written to FIFA to appeal the matter about Balogun playing tonight after it was overturned and the red card was suspended, or the suspension was suspended, if you will. And the U.S. Soccer and the Belgian Federation were asked to make submissions by this morning at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So they now are waiting for that appeal process to go through the proper channels. And now it seems like there could be an outside chance. I can't imagine them reversing field now. I can't imagine, after buckling and succumbing to the pressure applied by the President of the United States, an unnecessary intrusion into this process. I can't imagine now them reversing course.
UEFA, are you familiar with UEFA? That is the European Union Football Association.
Yes.
So they run the European Championships, which are every 2 years between the World Cup, every 4 years in the 2 years between the World Cup. And there's obviously big South American organization as well. UEFA would be, I don't know which one you want to use, whether the SEC or the Big Ten of FIFA. They are the biggest, strongest voice out there. And they sent out a really interesting response to this. They said, football, like any other sport, relies on rules which are the basis for fair, honest, and transparent competition. Sometimes rules are open to interpretation. In this case, not. A minimum of an automatic suspension is required. They say it's the most loved sport in the world because it's the beautiful game and trusted because everyone plays on the same level. A tournament is never pure standalone, and if the tournament in question is the World Cup, it has the power to drive positive and negative consequences. We express our disbelief at such an unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable decision. This could really create problems within the
Absolutely.
organization.
It's historic, and I do think that it's seismic, and you look at the potential impact because of what it means and how it threatens perhaps the integrity of the sport and the outcome tonight.
Yeah.
Whether you want to believe, and that, as we said early coming in, we're going to get to everyone's phone calls because people have thoughts on this. 312-644-6767. Is this correct or is it corrupt? You can believe that it was a bad call and he didn't deserve the red card. But the bad call was made. And then it was overturned because of the intrusion of the president. And that's a report, and then nobody's denying that. And that's not something that should happen. And that is something that threatens the integrity of the World Cup and your beautiful game.
I mean, listen, I think it's a shocker. We know that Howard Lutnick was at the match and was sitting next to Gianni Infantino, the FIFA head. And we know that the World Cup task force leader is Andrew Giuliani, and both of them were talking to Donald Trump about it. Then Trump called Infantino, and then the rule was shifted. And like I said, I think they put together a team of lawyers.
That was Thursday.
Yeah.
That was Thursday.
But they put together a team of lawyers, and their argument is actually a strong one, which is VAR, the video assistant referee, is not supposed to show slowed down images. If you watched it in slow motion, it really did look like a red card. But if you watched it in the course of the game, the official didn't even give the guy a yellow. There was no malicious intent, anything like that. It was a really harsh call. And it was, a very damaging one. And the U.S. managed to win that game despite playing a man down, as England did yesterday in Mexico, and won 3-2. So I just think that it's kind of fascinating because of the player and his importance and whether or not the U.S. can beat a European power. They hadn't beaten a European team until they beat Bosnia-Herzegovina in like 5 years or something, So it was good to see them actually get over that kind of issue. But I don't know where this goes. Like I said, I think they misused VAR. I think that it shouldn't have been a red card, and I'm glad the guy can play. But this also opens up all sorts of slippery slope here.
Team USA wins tonight, if Balogun contributes to that victory, will it have any taint at all associated with it?
Well, it becomes a controversy. It becomes, a kind of a landmark moment in World Cup history. This hasn't happened very often. So, I think that it will be a really big deal. I don't think Belgium's going to win the World Cup. So I don't think the U.S. is going to win the World Cup either. So I'm not sure that either team.
But that's beside the point, though, right?
It's beside the point. But whoever wins the game will have to play the winner of Spain against Portugal. Those are both better teams than either of the two playing tonight. And that's just doesn't mean that you can't get past them, but it means it gets much more difficult as the tournament goes on.
It's going to be a newsy day. There could be some twists and turns ahead for this. Let's face it, FIFA, not exactly known as the most buttoned-up sports organization in the world. It definitely has a reputation for being corrupt. You could have a debate on which is the most corrupt organization in sports, the International Olympic Committee or FIFA. Light them up, because both are worthy of all of the doubt and all of the scrutiny and all of the criticism that they have received over the years, and especially in this specific case tonight.
All right, let's get to the phone lines. We'll start with Bob. He's in Naperville. Hey, Bob.
Morning, Bob.
Is Bob there? Did
we lose Bob?
That's my fault, Bob. Bob? Oh, the line's messed up. Hold on, Bob. We'll clean it up. John is in Joliet. John wants to talk FIFA. That's a first. Are all the lines messed up? Okay.
The lines sort of messed up. We're getting plenty of feedback. People want to. Maybe they jam the lines.
I think FIFA.
I think I've been playing.
FIFA jamming the lines.
Or actually, I'm not sure. Is it FIFA? Let's hope it's FIFA.
Or the government?
Maybe it's the government. Somebody's listening.
No one wants people to express themselves. Well, we'll try Bob again. He's in Naperville. Hey, Bob. Oh, this is frustrating. It's the government, clearly. No, it's FIFA.
No,
FIFA's
it's FIFA.
Not that powerful.
We'll get back to, obviously, this debate because it's a controversy everybody is talking about, and certainly people watching the World Cup are plugged into. But how about the game last night? Because even for the most casual of sports fans or soccer fans, when you see the turnout in sports bars across Chicago, but America, Mexico, and England, and just both teams playing at such a high level, that was one of the better soccer games, I think, that entertaining. I don't know how technically sound it was, but it was definitely entertaining incredible. And dramatic.
Just started a little too late on a Sunday for my taste, and I feel like I was robbed.
What was the delay?
Of sleep. Rain.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah,
it was like there was like a hurricane that touched down or so. You should have seen, like it was like the Cubs, the Cubs game where the
concourse of Wrigley?
Oh
my gosh, were they squeeging the walkways?
They were the streets in Mexico City.
I didn't know if that was the World Cup or Wrigley Field.
Yeah, it was really bad. But I don't know how much of this tournament okay, we got one last shot here. Bob's in Naperville. Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning, folks. How are you?
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for waiting, hanging in there.
Glory be.
How are you?
Good things happen for those who wait. I just think this FIFA thing's a clown show. I mean, now, how is it fair to the U.S. that they gave them that news that Balogun can play yesterday? Now they changed their whole game plan, putting them in. And now at the midnight hour, FIFA's going to change it. This is worrying me that they're even letting them have an appeal. That smells bad to me. So now they make a decision in reverse. How is that fair to the U.S. now that they've planned the last 24 hours?
Bob, you're getting your best player back.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting the best player.
He's saying if FIFA listens to the appeal and then says, yeah, we're going to honor the...
Then they'll be prepared because that's the way they were preparing, though.
Right. Well, that's fair enough, but I really want this guy to play. And I think the other thing is, how are they ever going to get an appeal in the U.S. with our team of lawyers? They've got their lawyers, and they can look at it. We will hit them.
They not know what ground they're standing on?
Every other guy I know is a lawyer. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's all get together.
I don't know if this appeal is just for show, the process. I can't imagine this being overturned.
Yeah, it would be.
Not after all of this now.
We'll find out during the show, I think 8 o'clock.
They're trying to preserve
45 minutes.
The process. There is, I hesitate to use the word sanctity. There is no sanctity to this process. So it's just a sham.
Yes.
And I think hearing the appeal is part of the sham. And so the fix is in, and he'll be on the field tonight. And so that is the way this is going to go down.
Let's try our guy, John. John's in Joliet. Hey, John. We got to move him to Bob's line now that that's opened up. Apparently, we're dealing with all sorts of issues.
Here's a 708 text, Mully. The frustrating part is that I am not a soccer fan who, for the first time ever, was really engaged with the entire World Cup. Yeah. And now I don't even want to watch because it feels like yet another thing that has been tainted by political interference. It's really sad and just a horrible sign of the times. I agree with that because nobody really wants to sit down and watch a game as exciting and say last night's was, or the last time, the last U.S. game was exciting. You don't want to sit down there and be thinking anything about politics or intrusion or corruption or the integrity of the sport. You just want to enjoy something that is one of the greatest spectacles in sports.
I mean, I don't know what I will do with myself if I don't watch any more of the World Cup. I suppose, maybe is there any kind of like a fair of some kind going on anywhere where you could go and find some sort of country fair in the city?
You need a good art fair? You need a good...
I was talking about D.C.
Oh. Maybe so.
Let's try our buddy John. John is in Joliet. Hey, John.
Good morning, guys. After decades of listening to the score, I never thought I'd be making a FIFA phone call, but we are fascinated by teams like Cape Verde and a 40-year-old goalie that's been taking over the world by storm, or Neymar talking trash to the goalie before they do a penalty kick. This is just incredible to see how this has taken the world by storm, and to see thousands of people in Aurora, Illinois, just showing up to cheer on Mexico. Guys, I'm looking up places where we can go on vacation, but please explain to me, how a Norwegian, 6'5", 225 pounds, can kick a ball like he has an aluminum leg for a bat. It's fascinating, and I'm here for it.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Appreciate the phone call.
That's one of the great stories. First of all, I think maybe the greatest story in the tournament took place with Cape Verde.
Oh, that was great.
Losing, sadly, to Argentina.
But did you see?
Favorites.
Everyone saw the goal. And he runs into the stands and he hugs the girl.
Let me tell you something.
All the things.
That goal
all the feels.
Might be the best goal in the entire World Cup. To hit that shot in that corner, that tiny little target.
That little crevice.
Oh, my God.
He got it in there. If there was one shot, one goal that epitomizes all the enthusiasm that has been created by the World Cup, and it's people pay attention maybe once every 4 years. Fine. It's like the Olympics. Fine. Incredible. But this tournament in America has delivered in a big way.
I mean, so that was absolutely unbelievable.
Yep.
And he's right about so that's a country of like 500,000 people or something like that. It's the smallest country in the World Cup. It's an island off the coast of Africa. I want to go there on vacation. That looks like a phenomenal vacation.
What are
the
tickets?
Place looks incredible.
Southwest go to Cape Verde?
You could make that
Do we have a deal?
For less money than a ticket to Cape Verde against
Do they have
Argentina.
a circa in Cape Verde?
I think you just sleep on the beach.
Okay.
At any rate, that looked unbelievable. That guy got 20 million followers after the first game. He's a 40-year-old goalie who was going to retire and decided to play. Had like the tournament of his
Tremendous
life.
stories.
They lost
Tremendous.
3-2. He made 8 saves, like point blank, world class saves in the game. It was amazing. He talks about Erling Haaland. That is the big Viking who is he's the forward, the striker for Manchester City. As a Man United fan, I despise him. And I can't, it just makes my skin crawl. He's been phenomenal. He's tied with Messi and with Mbappe for the lead, the goal-scoring lead. They call it the Golden Boot. He's got 7 goals. He had 2 yesterday. They were so good. They eliminated Brazil. And I mean, then he plays the drum. They gave him the honor, and they do the rowing thing.
Yeah, the rowing thing's
which is huge.
Fascinating.
Everybody's loving that.
All the people love the rowing thing because they can relate to it. It's fandom. It's fandom at its finest.
It's really fun.
And it's really intense and passionate, and you love it. How about the local guy made good, Brian Gutierrez? From Berwyn. He played last night for Team Mexico.
That's right.
Because I think now he played for the Fire at one point as well. Yeah.
Yes. It's amazing that the U.S. has now created at least 2 players that are playing for other countries, which is pretty extraordinary. You know, they had the kid, the Messi of Milwaukee, the kid who was playing for Bosnia-Herzegovina, and now you mentioned Mexico having a player. Aren't there 2 American-born players in Mexico on that team? I mean, it's just a pretty overwhelming.
And then the story of Balogun alone is like movie-like because his mother could not travel.
Yes,
so he was born in America.
He was born in Brooklyn. His mom was visiting. He had a choice to choose between England, where he grew up, Nigeria, where his parents are from, or the United States, where he has birthright citizenship. That's the funniest
irony
thing
is
about
thick.
It. The irony is so thick.
It is, and it's delicious, and it
so
is going to play
funny.
out all day long.
And thank God we have it.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's just so much fun. Oh, my God.